Putin is not truly trying to reconfigure the USSR. Rather, he's hearkening back further in time to the Russian Empire. And that's where Aleksandr Dugin really becomes relevant. There's more going on here besides an expansionist lust for power and patriotic glory. Dugin is a great admirer of a Frenchman born in 1886 named René Guénon. He was a perennialist who explored esoteric Christianity, various schools of Hindu thought, Taoism, and eventually immersed himself in Sufism and moved to the Egyptian city of Cairo. He was an extremely prolific author, but out of his 20 or more books, 5 have stood out as very influential in the field of metaphysics and occultism. If you've spent any time in New Age, yoga, or spiritualist circles, you've come into contact with beliefs that Guénon popularized for a Western audience. Perennialism holds that there is a primordial and universal wisdom, which is the source of all world religions. This metaphysical truth, according to Fridtjof Schoen, a fellow perennialist, is an infinite presence that lives within the heart of all intrinsically orthodox religions. Along with Ananda Coomaraswamy, Schoen and Guénon are considered the principal authors of the school of perennialism known as traditionalism. That's with a capital T, traditionalism. One aspect of Hinduism that Guénon embraced was the notion of cyclical time, passing through gold, silver, bronze, and dark ages or yugas. Central to the traditionalist perspective is that the concept of progress is false. We are in the dark age, or the Kali Yuga, and seeming technological progress, as well as supposed socio-political progress in terms of liberal freedoms, secularization, equal rights, cosmopolitanism, even science itself, are all actually evidence of degradation and decline. The golden age from which we have fallen was rooted in spiritual truth and ruled over by the Brahmin caste, who within that system are aristocratic priests deserving of religiously ordained worldly power. Each of the other ages is ruled over by lesser castes, the warriors, the merchants, or the slaves. In this conception, Western liberal democracy is an expression of the complete loss of historical, spiritual, cultural meaning and values. It is the prioritizing of slaves over priests, time over eternity, and materialism over spirituality. Now, an Italian philosopher named Julius Evola also comes out of this school and was influenced by Guénon. Evola would go on to inspire Mussolini and to maneuver in the inner circles of Nazi Germany. Evola referred to his own philosophy as magical idealism. He believed in ghosts and telepathy, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, and rigidly traditionalist, misogynist gender roles. Italy's post-fascist terrorists of the 60s and 70s saw him as their intellectual godfather and named themselves Children of the Sun after an idea in one of his books. The Greek neo-Nazi party, the Golden Dawn, includes his books on their reading list, and the far right in Hungary sings his praises. Evola is today also influential amongst the American alt-right intelligentsia, including Richard Spencer and Steve Bannon, who have both praised his work in public speeches. Here is Dugin mentioning some of these connections during an interview. You'll notice he mentions Trump, Bannon, Guénon, Evola, and traditionalism right off the top.
Emotionally, I'm in favor of Trump, above all with Bannon, who has read Ebola and formulates from time to time something more or less similar to the traditionalism. So that I like. But we are dealing with a kind of morbid body. So American society, it is the same as disease. There are worse disease, there are better form of disease, but we're speaking about disease. So that explain that